Hi, this is Anna. I thought I'd do a blog because it's been many years since I've done one. I used to do it on a regular basis and then I got freaked out because I got stalked and I just don't like that scary feeling and my privacy broached like that. And anyway, so I'm back. So this time I'm just going to be careful and not reveal certain details so that creepy guys can't find me. So anyway, I'll just be more cautious and more cognizant of what I say. So what have I been up to? Not a lot. Drinking a green tea lemonade from Starbucks, sugar free because I don't like sugar. I just don't like the way I feel on it, and I just don't like it. I'm not a big sugar person. I like salt and things like that. That's probably my Achilles heel, especially potatoes. But yeah, salt. And sorry about my hair. It's kind of being uncooperative today. It tends to reflect Texas weather, and Texas weather is pretty crazy lately. So, I've also been reading, and a year ago I found out when I was doing my ancestry work that on my mom's side we're related to Ralph Waldo Emerson. So I've been reading his poems and essays, and he's really interesting. And it's so weird. I found that I'm very similar to him, and I don't think that's necessarily that the beliefs or whatever trickle down to me. I think that when you experience a lot of loss with family members, like I have, and he obviously has, it just changes you. It really does. And it makes you more introspective, and it also makes you look at the world differently, and it makes you look at God differently. It just wakes you up. It's just, I can't explain it. If you haven't had loss, you're not going to understand. If, you know, losing grandparents is different. It's different when um, you're a kid and you lose one of your parents as a child and have to grow up differently. And he lost his his siblings when he was older, but his mom worked really hard to support him, and he had a rough go. And then his son died, and his wife died, and well, his wife died first, and then he remarried years later, and then had a son, and he died. But it just changed who he was and how he wrote. And I like his chapter so far about nature because it's obvious that he feels more at home in nature and by himself to think, than any place else. And I could definitely relate to that. You know, it's so weird, but like during the times of my life, like um, it's weird. Like during the year that my dad died, before I was shipped off to another state, um, I would go out and have walks at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is probably not the most brilliant thing, but literally nobody was awake. And like nothing but dogs, in the neighborhood would bark at me. And then they got to the point they didn't bark at me because they loved me because I'd pet them all. But I would walk all the way to this area where there was a mountain and hike up it, and I would just look up the stars and throw rocks at this Sorora cactus and cuss out God and talk to him too. I wasn't just totally disrespectful, but I mean times where even when my dad was alive, I was always wanting to be outside and playing with nature, and I loved being outside at night and looking at the stars. I just felt you know like my mind was clear, and that I just felt really good at that moment. And so I don't know, I really like that kind of stuff. I wish that um I need to meet guys that like to camp because or go camping, because I think that would be fun. There's like this dinosaur camping park that's like an hour from where I live, and I think that would be so cool. It's only $5 and you could camp there, and I just can't imagine just how clear the stars would look from there because it's out in the country. And then seeing the dinosaur footprints and stuff, that would be cool. But I don't know, I'm a nerd, obviously. If you didn't catch on, see, look, I've got the Doctor Who thing here, and then he's behind me, and my hair is kind of doing the same thing that his hair is doing. See? Ah, no, you can't see it. There you can. Now you can see Matt Smith's hair. But although I don't know, my hair is kind of weird. And maybe it's more like Conan O'Brien's than it is his, probably. I don't know. But anyway, not a whole lot is going on with me. So I'm just going to be brief and succinct. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about the dog that I tried to adopt and it just didn't go well. And the main reason is because he had really bad separation anxiety. First, when I first got him, he'd bark and bark and bark and bark at night. And I finally trained him and got him over that. I got him over his fear of riding in cars. I got him over peeing, you know, I made him housebroken so he's able to pee outside. And I got him to the point he wasn't peeing on himself because he would literally not care. I mean, his self-esteem was so shattered that he would pee and the pee would get all over the back of his front paw. And I got him to a point where he would stop doing that and that he would start taking pride in himself. And even his walk changed when I'd walk him. And he looked a lot happier. But the separation anxiety was so bad. And I bought him a kennel, and it was a metal kennel, and he was able to totally Houdini it. I mean, he got out every time I put him in there, that clever dog. So, and I was worried that he would mess up his paws and his mouth with trying to get out of that cage. So I took it back and I was waiting for it to credit my account and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting because I'm not made of money here and I don't have any other income coming in right now. So I'm waiting for it to credit my account so I could buy him this other kennel that they were telling me to get, and it was more money. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be stupid and cause my bank account to go into the extreme red just to get a kennel. But man, and I took him to a bit of training at Petco, and this guy worked with him for free with me, and he was so nice to me, and I appreciated that. I mean, he's like a certified trainer, and he totally like started talking to me and started working with my dog with me for free. And the things he told me to do, I did try it, but he said it'd probably take like 3 weeks or a month before my dog would get over the separation anxiety. And the other thing I tried that the pound told me to do, which was to leave treats and leave things to make him to keep from getting bored. Like they said to buy a Kong ball and fill it full of treats or fill it full of peanut butter. And I did that, and he had no interest in the Kong ball. He was like, I don't care about that. I don't care about any of that stuff. And I bought him like these chewable things that weren't bones because bones are bad, you know, for puppies like him. He's just a year old. So I bought him something that was more chewy and could dissolve, that was made out of vegetables and peanut butter and was healthy. And he loved the hell out of those things. And it was shaped like a bone, so similar effect, but it would break up easier and not choke him. So or swell like rawhide does. Like if you break it up, it swells if you don't digest it all the way. So I was worried about that. So I got him something that was easily able to break up, right? And so I did their advice. I thought, okay, I took back that metal kennel because I was worried that he would damage his paws or his mouth with getting out all the time with his little Houdini act that he would do. And he bent the hell out of that thing. I was amazed that they even took it back, but I mean, he didn't bend it that bad, but he still bent it. So I was hoping that my account would have the money returned and deposited so I could go and get him that other kennel that they were telling me to get that was more pricey. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting. In the meantime, the freaking dog, I would leave just for a few minutes, like 15, 20 minutes to go to appointments that I have to go to. And I, you know, even like turned down a couple teaching gigs just to stay home with him because of the fact he has extreme anxiety and separation anxiety. And that poor dog, he tore up every single blind in my apartment. So, like all the rooms, sorry, I'm having a bit of asthma. Oh, drinking my green tea lemonade. I'm trying to give up coffee because coffee's not really good for it's not really good for you. It increases anxiety and it dries out your skin and just things like that. It's just not good. It's good in moderation. I love coffee. I'm not going to stop it completely, but I just go through periods where like I'll eat something that's not so healthy and then go, okay, I need to be totally healthy now and cleanse myself and take care of myself and behave, you know? And so I go on those, you know, periods, and I try to keep it a long time where I'm in moderation health mode. So that's what I'm doing right now. All things in moderation and trying to be healthy in every way. But anyway, so I'm waiting for that money to get refunded to my account, and it still didn't get refunded. And I went up to there every day and like, it's still not in my account. And they're like, well, it'll take some time, blah 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 blah. So anyway, I'm still waiting, and in the meantime, every single room in my apartment, that dog tore up all the blinds in the windows because he wanted to be able to see out the window and would have extreme anxiety and did not like the fact that I was leaving. So anyway, I did what they said. I left out the treats for him, left the Kong ball out to give him something to do. And as I was leaving, I pet him, showed him love, gave him a hug, gave him the treat. He started eating it. And as soon as I shut that door, man, he stopped eating the treat. He gave it up. He had no desire to eat at that point. Went straight to the windows, tore up all the blinds, and the bit of training that I tried to do with him and that guy did for free for me, totally did not work. He just destroyed all the blinds, and seven blinds. So I freaked out because that same trainer and the other guy were telling me that, you know, a dog like him, you know, with the fear and everything, it's not uncommon for them to put holes in walls and chew up furniture. And I was like freaking out, going, I can't afford for him to do more damage to the apartment and chew through the drywall, or, you know, break through the window and break the glass and, you know, possibly cut himself up, and, you know, me arrive and seeing like a murder scene or a crime scene because that poor dog cut himself up trying to get out the window and breaking it. And I was really freaked out by that, and could just see him doing something like that because of his anxiety. But I loved him, and I know he loved me, and I definitely attached to him, and I miss him to pieces. And I told that lady that if she couldn't get anybody else to adopt him that was a good person, that rather than euthanize him, to please call me, because next week I'd have a actual check and could buy the kennel, you know, because I know that it's taking forever for that refund to hit my account. So, and she said that some guy called wanting a Great Pyrenees, which was his breed, so he might adopt him. So I'm okay with that, you know, as long as the guy is not abusive and mean. But you know, they don't really check on that. They don't really care. They just want the dog's gone, so they don't have to euthanize him. But he's so super sweet. Everybody wanted to pet him, and he's so lovable, and just a big, giant, lovable, beautiful dog. But the amount of damage he was doing, he like tore up my computer and the internet, and, you know, was just really naughty when I left. And so I'm like, I can't stay home all the time and stop my life, and I can't, you know, sorry, my hair is really flipping out. Anyway, I regret it, but I took him back, and I really miss him to pieces. And I cried all last night and today, and I thought my eyes were puffy. I guess they're not really puffy, but when I woke up, I did not look pretty. Let's just say that. I looked pretty rough. But so yeah, it's just hard emotionally. I really loved that dog. So anyway, I guess I've rambled on long enough about a dog. So anyway, thank you for watching, and me and my nerdy self with my Doctor Who stuff. And yes, I even have the David Tennant one. See, isn't that cool? It does a little deal too. See, that's pretty neat. I don't like this though. This doesn't make sense to have the pin at the end. I just want it to be like Matt Smith's, you know, the 11th Doctors. You know, that makes more sense than having a pin. I mean, really, you know, am I gonna write, you know, while I'm sonicking you? Not really. Okay, thanks for watching, and hopefully this wasn't too boring. I appreciate it, and have a great day.